Students, we are starting the next topic of the calculus, that is integration. That is chapter number 7, that is first chapter of the second book. Now what is the integration? Actual integration is just opposite that of the differentiation. You can call it as antiderivative. Integration, we divide it in two parts. First part is the indefinite integral and second one is the definite integral. Today we are starting with the indefinite integral. So before starting the topic, let us take some of the formulas which we have done in the differentiation and comparing them and converting them, what happens when we integrate them. Differentiation of x to the power n is n into x to the power n minus 1. If we find the integration of x to the power n, we get x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. If we see in the differentiation, we have multiplied with the power and reduced the power of the x by 1. But in integration, we have increased the power of x by 1 and dividing by the same power. Now, differentiation of e to the power x is same as e to the power x, that is the exponential. In the same way, if you take the integration of e to the power x, it remains same, that is e to the power x plus c. Now, what is c here? C is constant of integration, because we know that if we take the differentiation of the constant, its value is 0. So, if we are finding the integration of a particular expression, then we add c there, that c is known as the constant of integration, and this constant can be 5, can be root 2, 1 upon 7. So, we don't know the exact value of it, that's why we call it as indefinite integral. So, whenever we find the integration, we take here plus c, that is the constant of integration, and since its value is not definite, that's why it is known as the indefinite integral. The further differentiation of log x, that is logarithm, is 1 upon x. So, if we take the integration of 1 upon x, it becomes log x plus c. Differentiation of sin x is cos x. So, differentiation of cos x, integration of cos x is sin x. Differentiation of cos x is minus sin x. So, integration of sin x is minus cos x plus c. Differentiation of tan is sec square x. So, integration of sec square x is tan x. Differentiation of sec x is sec x tan x. So, integration becomes of sec x tan x is sec x. And differentiation of cot x is minus cosec square x. So, integration of cosec square x is minus cot x. Differentiation of cosec x is minus cosec x cot x. So, integration of cosec x cot x is minus cosec x plus c. Further, if we take here the differentiation of sin inverse x, this is 1 upon root 1 minus x square. So, integration of 1 upon root 1 minus x square is sin inverse x plus c. Differentiation of tan inverse x is 1 upon 1 plus x square. So, integration of 1 upon x square dx becomes tan inverse x plus c. Again, differentiation of sec inverse x, 1 upon x root x square minus 1. So, 1 upon x root x square minus 1 dx has integration as sec inverse x plus c. Differentiation of a to the power x is a to the power x log a, and if we take the integration of a to the power x, where a is constant, then it is a to the power x upon log a plus c. You must note here that differentiation of x is 1. So, integration of 1 is x here. That are the basic formulas which I have written here comparing with the differentiation. You must learn these formulas as you have to apply in this chapter. Now, further we discuss the questions which are given in this chapter. Now, we discuss the question here, example 1, that is part 1. Given cos 2x, we have to find its antiderivative. We know that the sin 2x has its derivative 2 cos 2x, means differentiation of sin 2x is cos 2x into 2, means differentiation of sin 2x is 2 cos x. Taking 2 or dividing both sides by the 2, it becomes half of sin 2x cos 2x. So, differentiation of half of sin 2x is cos 2x. So, you can say antiderivative of cos 2x is half sin 2x. Again, in the second part, it is given 3x square plus 4x cube. Now, differentiation of x cube plus x to the power 4 is 3x square plus 4x cube. You can write it as differentiation of x cube plus x to the power 4, 3x to the power 2 plus 4x to the power 3. So, antiderivative of 3x square plus 4x cube is x cube plus x to the power 4. That's the antiderivative. Now if you see the example number 2, it is given integration, that's the sign of the integration, x cube minus 1 upon x square dx, splitting it, x cube upon x square minus 1 upon x square gives you x minus x to the power minus 2. Now its integration, for x to the power 1, it becomes x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1, that is, it becomes x to the power 2 upon 2. Here it becomes x to the power minus 2 plus 1 upon minus 2 plus 1. So x square upon 2, x to the power minus 1 upon minus 1 gives you x square upon 2 plus 1 upon x plus c, where c is the constant of integration. If you see the example 3, part 3, 1 minus sin x upon cos square x dx, splitting it becomes 1 upon cos square x dx, this sin x upon cos square x dx. 1 upon cos square is sec square and sin upon cos is tan, और एक cos रह गया, it becomes sec x, so it becomes sec x tan x. Now integration of sec square x is tan x, and for sec x tan x it is sec x plus constant of integration, that is the integration for the 1 minus sin x upon cos square x. In the example 4, it is given to us fx is equal to 4x cube minus 6. First of all, we have to find its antiderivative. Now antiderivative, x to the power 4 minus 6x is derivative of fx, means differentiation of x to the power 4 minus 6x is 4x cube minus 6. So 4x cube minus 6 has its antiderivative x to the power 4 minus 6x, means representing this antiderivative by the capital F. The capital Fx is equal to x to the power 4 minus 6x plus c. It is given to us f0 is 3, means if we place the value of x as 0, we get the value as 3. So placing here 3, placing the value of x as 0, 0 minus 6 into 0 plus c gives you the value of c as 3, means we are getting the value of constant of integration here, that is 3. Placing the value of 3 in this expression, so fx is equal to x to the power 4 minus 6x plus 3 is the exact antiderivative of the fx is equal to 4x cube minus 6. If we see the question number 7 of the exercise number 7.1, given x square 1 minus 1 upon x square dx, we have to find its integration. On solving, we get x square minus 1. So integration of x square is x cube upon 3 minus x plus c, because it becomes x cube upon 3. For 1 it is x only plus constant of integration. If we see the question number 12 here, now the question number 12, it is given to us x cube plus 3x x cube plus 3x plus 4 divided by square root of x. It becomes x cube upon square root of x, 3x upon square root of x, 4 upon square root of x dx. X square root of x means x to the power half. 3 minus half becomes 5/2. 3 x to the power half, 4x to the power minus half dx. It becomes x to the power n, and integration for x to the power n is x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So 5/2 plus 1, this is 5/2 plus 1, 3x to the power half plus 1, half plus 1, 4 minus half plus 1 minus half plus 1 plus constant of integration. So it becomes x to the power 7/2 divided by 7/2 becomes 2/7, 3x to the power 3/2, 3/2, 2 into 3, 3 get cancelled here, 4 x to the power half upon half. So finally it becomes 2 x to the power 7 by 2 upon 7, 2 x to the power 3 by 2 plus 8 x to the power half plus c. Okay, now see the question number 13 here. 13th question किस तरह करेंगे? We have to find the integration of x cube minus x square plus x plus 1 minus 1, not plus 1, upon x minus 1. In the numerator we can factorize it taking x square common from first two term x minus 1. X square plus 1 x minus 1 is common, left is x square plus 1 upon x minus 1 dx, cancelling it is x cube upon 3 plus x plus constant of integration. ठीक है, you have to complete the exercise 7.1, learn the formulas, clear your concept, then start doing these questions and complete exercise 7.1. We will continue our topic in the next lecture. Till then, thank you.